Welcome miniature fans. Today I'm going to show you my Dungeon Horrors box set. Now I've already painted this box set, but I wanted to show you what you get in the box anyway, and I'll go through a few things on how I painted these different miniatures. Now it comes in a beautiful box of an ABS box. Now this is the old box. The newer versions are, you get the square box. So if you order this box set from Reaper, you're probably going to end up with the newer version, because I've had this set quite a while now. And as you can see, it's full of all your Dungeon Horrors. So for Pathfinder and Dungeons and Dragons, these are absolutely fantastic. All metal, of course. So we got the Dung Monster there, we got the Charnel Grub, the Brain Horror, Killer Slime, Faceless Horror, and the Eye Beast. Now all these miniatures are very popular miniatures. If you are into your Pathfinder and Dungeons and Dragons, you'll probably recognise a couple of variants on the monsters shown on the box here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you my painted versions of these miniatures. This box set on the UK website at the moment is just over £50. I'm not sure how much it's going to cost you in the USA. It's quite an expensive box, but it's all metal, and some of the miniatures are good heavyweights. So let's go and take a look what's in the box. So first up we have the Dung Monster. This is a multi-part kit. You have to stick the arms and the top of the head on. All the bases, by the way, I've added extra, so you don't get the bases included with this set. Now I've added some 2-inch bases, a 75mm base, and a 1-inch base to these miniatures, and they're all from the bases from Reaper Miniatures, so you can get all these bases directly from Reaper as well as. So this is the Dung Monster, absolutely gorgeous little kit, nice heavyweight metal miniature for your dungeons. Okay, so let's remove this one and we'll go to the Charnel Grub. Again, this is a multi-part kit as well. All the little tentacles there you have to stick on individually. They come on a little metal sprue, and this miniature again was stuck onto a 2-inch 6mm base from Reaper. Very simple paint for this one. All these metal miniatures I gave mainly a white undercoat, because I was trying to bring out the colours more, especially for like the fleshy tones on the tentacles. And I also, for the tentacles, I also used a little bit of gloss varnish and a little bit of gloss varnish on the little pincers on the front of this miniature, just to make it look a little bit more nasty and slimy. So there we are, that's the Charnel Grub. Let's go and move on to the Brain Horror. So this one's the Brain Horror. This is a popular Dungeons and Dragons type miniature. You've got the brain there with the mouth underneath and the tentacles coming out to attacking everything in front. I got a little hair. There you go. Go away, hair. Again, once I painted this with a white, and then I used some nice reds, built up the reds, and then I've given it a nice gloss coating as well, because I wanted that brain to look all slimy. I didn't add any varnish to the bone area, so the bone area is matte, so that highlights the gooey, fleshy, sticky tentacles and the brain. And I added a dark red ink wash over the brain, and you can see that's gone into all the recesses of the brain, and then by adding that lovely varnish, it's made it look really, sticky and horrible. So yeah, I really like this one. I really do like this one. Okay, so that's the Brain Horror. And let's move on to the killer slime. The killer slime is very, very simple. Again, I've added the killer slime onto a 2-inch base. I don't know if it's going to show up very well with the light. See if we can go on an angle. There we are. So, whoop, hang on, let me see if I can just... There we are. Now, with the killer slime, again, a very simple paint. What I've done there, I have added it to a 2-inch base. Now, all the bases as well, they've had sand and gravel added, and of course, I've just gone over with grey and dry brushed with some light grey, and then a cream white to the tops of the actual bases. This just gives a nice little highlight to each one of the rocks there. But for the slime itself, again, painted white. And then I went over with some very, very bright ink wash. I can't remember the name off the top of my head now. Oh, here it is, right in front of me. There we go. This Tesseract Glow, that's the one I used. Tesseract Glow. So a little coating of Tesseract Glow, and let that pool in the recesses. Let that dry I can't say the word, thoroughly, and then just go over with a nice gloss varnish, and you get a nice slimy killer slime effect. So there's your killer slime. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Now, the Faceless Horror. This was the most difficult one to paint of the lot. Now, I've mounted this onto a 75 millimeter base. Now, if anybody loves John Carpenter's The Thing movie from the 80s, this bad boy brings out all that goodness. This is actually a nightmare of a miniature to paint. If you look closely at all the eyeballs and all the teeth I had to go through to paint this miniature, it was not an easy task at all. Now, as you can see, I've left it slimy and gooey. You got the soaked in blood, you've got all the nasty eyeballs popping out, and it's all tangled and manky and nasty. And to get that effect, of course, I started off with white, then going over with reds, then highlighted with reds, then I had to paint every single individual tough teeth over the whole miniature, and then the eyeballs. But what I did, I used a couple of layers of the Agrax Earthshade, but the gloss version. Let me see if I can find the gloss version for you. I can't find it. I cannot find it. It's disappeared. Now I want to show you. Anyway, there is a... Here we are. This is the one I wanted to show you. This is the Agrax Earthshade Gloss. Now, absolutely fantastic. This is what I used to get this really gory, gooey effect with this miniature. So that works absolutely fantastic. And of course, if you love your The Thing movie, this miniature will be right up your street. It really is a fantastic miniature, and you can see all the little eyes, and it's something you don't want to mess with in a dungeon. So absolutely fantastic. And yes, it was a hard paint, but I was very, very happy at the end result of this actual miniature. So moving on to the very last miniature in the set, and that is the Eye Beast. Now this is Reaper Miniatures version of the Eye of the Beholder, or if you play Doom, it could be the monster from Doom. You could paint it red, and it would make a good... Is it Cacodemon from Doom? I think it is. But this is another fantastic miniature. All these miniatures are in metal, and this one actually has little eyeballs going all the way around the actual miniature, and as you can see, you can just see the little eyeballs are painted in certain places around the miniature. Again, this was painted in white, and then I had some purple highlights, and I went over this with a gloss varnish over the eyes, and then you've got a matte varnish in certain areas just to protect the miniature as well. And I totally recommend, anytime you do any metal miniatures, always remember to finish your miniature with a nice matte varnish. So there we are, this is the set. So let me just put them all on the wheel of pain for you, and so we can just see the last little spinneroony. So this is the complete set and everything you get in this box set from Reaper. It's an absolutely beautiful set. If you are an old school gamer player, then you're going to have lots of fun with all this metal goodness. Like I say, the bases are from Reaper as well, but they do not come with a set. But everything else you see comes with a set, and of course it's all unpainted when you get the set. So there we are. I hope you enjoyed this little reviewy show for you. And until next time, loads of love to every single one of you.